You should first search your VOSviewer where it is, and you can do one thing. You can search your window box, type VOSviewer. You can find here. Otherwise, you can go to the extracted file when we downloaded or installed the VOSviewer one. So you can see here the VOSviewer is open for your decks, for me also. You can see here there is 5 panel here. Means you can see here the first one is in a left top corner. You can see here on box is there, white box, that is the preview panel. Okay, when we work, you can see the mechanism of all these things. And here you can see the below of this box, the file, item, and analysis, create, open, and all these things. This is the analysis panel. Okay, and you can see whole window panel of VOSviewer. This is the main panel in middle, where network visualization, overlay, and density visualization is here. And all our work will show in this panel. Okay, you can see one more panel is there, like in right side of this window. You can see the visualization, leveling, and all front and background. This is the modified panel, or we can say that it is an option panel. Here you can change or modify the things accordingly. Okay, and in below section, when we work in VOSviewer, you can see here one more panel will be visible. That is information panel. Okay. Now we try to get or input the data into the software. How can we input or insert the data, whatever we have? Go to, you can see here in the left side corner, file, item, analysis. Click, or it automatically clicked on the file. Go to create one. Go to create one. Then you can see it is demand to choose the type of data. Which type of data are you working or you want to working? Here you can see to create a map based on network data or bibliographic data or text data. 3 types of bibliometric data is there. Means theoretical perspective, in the form of theoretical perspective, that there is a network data or bibliographic data and text data here. And our main working type of data is like bibliographic data. When we extracting our data from Scopus, there is a title level is there that the name or data type is mentioned there. There is bibliographic data. So click on the bibliographic data and then simply click on next. You can see here, choose the data sources. Means which data source are you want to insert here. That is, you can see here, read data from bibliographic data file. It's okay, but supported file type will be Web of Science, Scopus, Dimensions, Lens, and PubMed type. First one, click, and then click on next. Here you can see the demand to select the file, which type of database are you want to use here. Select that one. The Web of Science, Scopus, Dimension, and Lens, PubMed is there, as it is mentioned earlier. Select whatever you want, either Web of Science, Scopus. I want to use Scopus. Okay, click on Scopus, and then it will show you blank file. Here you can see the browse file. Browse link is there. Click on browse link. Here it will redirect you into the file or your decks where the data is filed. So you can see that the file type is also mentioned here. So I like to go to my file, and you can see I have selected one file for the purpose of analysis, and select the file and simply click on OK. It will come into your software. Okay. Then simply click on next. You can see here, this is the main analysis page, or you can see the visualization page or analytical page. Here, different type of analysis and units are here. And you choose one by one, and it will show you the bibliometric data into a visualized form. Okay, you can see at the type of analysis by the VOSviewer, you can draw the maps or graphs like analysis like co-authorship analysis, co-occurrence, and citation, bibliographic coupling, and co-citation. These 5 types of analysis you can draw from graph from it. Okay, so I choose the co-authorship with the authors. You can select here as your demand or as your requirement. You can select authors, organization, or countries. It's up to you, whatever you want to show. I want to show co-authorship with authors, and I can also with countries and others. Okay, here you can see the counting method. Counting method. What is counting method? There is a full counting method and fractional counting. 2 types of counting methods are here. So full counting means you can take an example like one document have 5 authors, and each author will be counted as full, means 1. Means 5 authors, 1 per document. And if you choose fractional counting, it will divided into authors. Like for main author, it will be counted as 1 like condition, and if has a 5 authors, then it will be divided 1 by n number of authors, means 1 by 5 as like counted. Whatever you choose, you mention your methodology or in discussion part. After that, this is the option. It's not need to change. And you can see here, ignore document with a large number of authors. If you have or if your data contains a large number of authors, you can reduce the number by selecting maximum number of authors per documents. Means if a document contains more than 10 authors, I don't want to include them. Okay. Choose accordingly what is your requirement or how can you graph your data. Okay. Then click on next. Choose threshold level. Threshold means always like a minimum number of counting that will show you by the representation. Like if you choose the minimum number of document of an author, I can choose minimum 1 document. Okay. I can choose minimum document 2 as my requirement. You can choose minimum number of citation. If I choose the first one is 1, like of document and author, minimum number of document 1, and I can choose minimum number of citation of an author is 1. You can see the it's reduced into 94 from the 116 authors. Okay. By this, I want to click on next. You can click on next and click on next further. You can see here one table has came. There is meaning of this table. Verify selected authors. If you want to collect this data, you can simply click on in the right side, click right and select export selected authors. You can see it will be saved in the text file format in your PC. You can export it, and you can add your this file into your manuscript also. And you can see here the selected authors, total authors will be selected automatically, And if you do not want to any authors include in this graph, you can simply click on it. It's better to select all these things, means automatically it will select default things. You can see here the name of the authors, documents, how many authors means who have two or one, more than one, because I've chosen one minimum number of documents. That is, it's showing like one document, whoever has one document and more than one. And you can see here with the document, it will automatically drag the citation of a author. And you can see accordingly the total link strength is developed by the software, the method of counting. Okay. Now it's time to finish. You can see here the unconnected items. What it means? Some of 94 items in your network are not connected to each other. Some of them are not connected to each other. The largest set of connected items consists of 12 items. Means 12 item is there who is connected to each other, but others are not. So if you want, do you want to show the set of items instead of all items? If you click yes, you can see here what will be happening. You can see here. Means only 12 number of selections is showing here. If I show the all these things, all the authors, whoever who have connected or not connected, what will be happen? Let's see. The same method I have applied. I'm clicking on no. Now you can see here. There are multiple cluster of connection is here. Means what we are seeing before, this is the portion. Means main authors are connected to each other and authors are distributed in other side but not connected to the main. Okay, most connected authors is showing when you click yes, and if you click no, all data will be showing in your panel. Okay, and I've already told you that information panel is, you can see here information panel. The item is 94 and cluster is 37 and link is 190. It means how many links are there and how many cluster are there and how many items are there. Okay. After the graph is showing in your panel, you can, what you can do, you can see here the information panel, what data is represent, like item is 94, cluster is 37, link is 109. If you touch any of them, you can see the what is the character of this graph. You can see here I clicked on a graph. This is I can say maximum linked graph. You can see here one cluster, link 8 and document is 2. Okay. And after that, if you want to, it's not visible good. If you want to visualize in a good manner, you should modify by yourself, as you can do. You go to option panel. You can see here the scale is there for changing the visualization. You can see here it will change it. If you want to visualize this by selecting method like citation, it will be changed automatically. Who are the authors or who are the person are getting more number of citation. You can see here more connectivity is here, but the number of citation, according to number of citation, you can see here. One more thing that is like the circle size and the links. Circle size is depend on frequency of any counting. Means it's like depend on citation If you choose the analysis of citation, then it will be like a number. It's depend on number of citation. If you choose the document, then the circles are depend on how many frequency of number of documents of an author. And if you choose, if you want to see the links of the authors within the authors or within documents, you can see here who are linked to each other. And further, you can, if I choose the document, you can change, you can see the changes and level. Okay, if I decrease this, you can see the level will decrease. It's not good, visible is as good. If you change the size of level, you can see here the name of authors are visible good as we want. And one more thing is means you can do one more thing, that is, if you want, I don't want to it's visual or visualize like in the format of circle. I want to form is in frame. You can see here. Okay, it will change the formation or showing the levels. Okay. If I choose the circle, it will be circle, and maximum length means the level length, number of words. We can say like that. How many maximum number of words we can choose. And font, you can see as in our image word and all these things having some font type. Okay, here you can see the 5 types of font. Whatever you want means which type of font you would like most, you can select that one. And lines, you can see here the maximum lines means the connection in between author or like documents. You can increase the line. If you increase the line, it will be increased, showing the number of lines. If you actually here it is not visible because the link is not good, okay, in this data. That is why. And you can show in a curved line, as well as you can show in the form of color line and curved line. You can see here, if you can show as color line or as black and white format, like gray color by default, and you can choose the color line, it will be colored. And you can choose a curved line, and you can choose a straight line as well. Okay, and one more thing, like you can edit your color. It's up to you. If you want to change color in often any color cluster, you can change it. Okay, you can see here. I'm using the must. I've shared which one I've shared the file. That file I have chosen. Okay, you can see here. If I choose the co-authorship, you can follow this one. Co-authors with country. It will show you. Okay, I've only 18 minutes threshold. Number is very less. Okay, it's not matter. Okay, it's depend on your file. How much information is there. Okay, how many numbers of article information is there. It's depend on that. Okay, you can see here only these things have came by this file. Okay, you can go to option panel for the modification, and you can see in the main panel, top of the main panel, it will show you the network visualization, overlay visualization, and density visualization. Okay, you can see here overlay visualization means is a I can say like it's a history graph, or you can say temporal graph. Okay, You can see the dark blue is showing the most oldest one, and yellow color is showing the most newest contribution. Okay, by this you can analyze these things: which country, which author, which source are working in recent time. Okay, and you can see here the density visualization. In this density visualization, you can think and which country, which is more produced in their number of documents. You can see here by choosing the density visualization. Density depends on the frequency of contribution in by which the number of documents, and it can be in the number of citations. Okay, in this way. Okay, or if I choose the authorship analysis, is depend on the number of authorship also. Okay, you can analyze by using any of one. You can see here by network and by number size of volume. Size of these circles, and overlay visualization is showing you the number of production or contribution, as well as the temporal graph. Okay, and density visualizing the same things but in different background. Okay, or different graphical representations. And in our last work is like in the panel of analysis. Okay, you can see here the file, item, and analysis. In the file section, you can create and you can open also. If you have already a link, whatever you doing in previous, if you are create a link, then it will be open by clicking open. You can save it for the for that link, and you can share by different ways. Okay, and our most important work is that how can I export all these things. Okay, you can save it in a folder. You can take a screenshot from it in format of PNG as well. Okay, and you can see here the if you want to get the data of VOSviewer, means about VOSviewer, you can take it from. Okay. And after that, if you go to the item, you can see here the number of clusters. Clusters is made by default by selecting automatically the similarity. Okay, different types of similarity is occurring, means it's depend on work similarity, it's depend on information similarity. Okay, it will clustering by as default. Okay, if you want to select the first one, you can show. You can see here the red color is showing as the cluster one. You can analyze them also by clustering format in your manuscript as well. And here the things is by default programming is there. Okay, I think you should not change which all these things until you don't know about all the functions of it. I think by default program is good for visualization. If you go to advanced level, that you can do the change default programming also. Okay, it's not needed for initial purpose or any visualization purpose. It can change the whole means graphing system or analysis system. It will change automatically. Okay, if you want to represent this graph by vertical format, you can select vertically or rotate. Okay, you can do these things, but you should not play with default programs, I suggest you. But if you are in advanced level, you can do the things. Okay, I hope all of you understand the things. Okay.